Hello class, welcome you all in my channel Indrajit Creations. Today we know about the cattle trait theory. In previous class we have learned about the Isaac trait type theory, and today we clearly know what is the trait theory given by the cattle. So at first we know about the cattle. Cattle build this theory in given by the trait. So in this year in 1973 he also built this theory, and he also used the three types of the data. It's called the L data, T data and the Q data. In this year the L data means the live record, Q data is the questionnaire, and T data is represented the test record. So based on these three types of the data, the Cattell also classified or build his theory the 16 PF personality factor theory, and which is the classified the and which is we know about the 16 PF theory of by the personality. So in this year his personality content order is the 16 type, and it is based on the trait theory. And he also said that this 16 PF is necessary for the explain the every human being personality, and as well as he also build the four kinds of the traits and traits, and which is traits is the basically based on this 16 PF factor. So at first we know about the four types of the trait, and then we know about the 16 PF. So at first we know about the four traits. So number one is the common traits, and number two is the unique traits, number three is the surface trait, and last four is the source traits. We clearly know those four types of the traits at first, and then we know about the 16 PF factor given by the Cattell. So at first we know about the common traits. So a Cattell also said that the common traits is common for the every human being, and we will look at the every human, and some things also be common in his. So in this year he is the honesty, some is the collaboration, some is the angriness is the common for the every human being. So in this year the common trait also be common for every human being. So in this year he also disclose only the common trait. Next Cattell also say about the unique trait. So in this year the something is unique to the human being. So in this year he has the some specific ability in his the, and which is called the unique trait. He is the efficacy of the his work experience, and he is the able to be any kinds of the work especially. So this is the efficacy, or this is the unique stage of the human being of this or of this person. Next we know about the surface test. So in this year the surface test is so much the extrovert as well the introvert. So in this year he is the human being also be extrovert to the society, and he also be expose his talent to the society. So he has some, suppose he has some the efficacy for drawing so much, and he has some efficacy to talk to the other human beings is so much. So in this year the surface test, the Cattell also said that these types of the traits of the belong a not only the every human being, and has the some specific kinds of the human being. So this is also categories as the surface trait. Next we know about the last number is the source test. So in this year the source test is the so much the extrovert. So in this year the person is the source has some needed, and he also be control his emotion and control his the curiosity. So in this year the source test is so much important for the human being. Next we know about the clearly the 16 PF factor or the personality factor given by the Cattell. So in this year we clearly know about the 16 PF factor. So at first is the reserve and the outgoing. So in this year the reserve is so much the mentally surface, and he is a mentally ill person. So he is a reserve person, and outgoing he is always think to the going to the outside, and he also be know about the his society. So in this year he is so much outgoing. Next we know about the less intelligence versus the more intelligence. In this person, yes, some people are the low intelligence persons, and some are the more intelligence persons. So in this year the some people also belong to the less intelligence capacity, and some belong to the more intelligence capacity. Next is the affected by the feelings, and versus by affected by the emotion. So in this year some people also be affected by their feelings, and some people also be affected by their emotions. So in this year the some people always be always in this year the some people also the value the feelings, and some people also we value the emotion. So in this year the feeling and emotion has collaborations here. Next is the submissive by the dominant. In this year, since some people are the submissive to the others, and also be submissive, and also be some people as dominant to the others. So in this year there are two kinds of the personality of this human beings. There is a submissive and other is the dominant personality. Next is a serious and a happy go life. So in this year in day-to-day life we know that some people is so much serious in their life, and some people also spend their whole day in the happily and the go for luckily. So in this society, and in the society we notice that there are some people also be so much aware, and who always they are thinking about sincere about their future. And other side we know about the some people who are they expend their all life and all that they is luckily and the happily. And next is the experience by the consistentness. So in this year the experienced persons is also don't care the law or the what is the rules in their society. So they don't care about the law and the rules in the society, but the conscient peoples also be aware the society, and he always maintain the rules and maintain the law. Next is the timid and versus by venturesome. So in this year the timid persons is so much in this society. So in some cases he don't attach to the society by his timidity. So in there some people are the too much timid in the society, and as well as the selfly is so much timid, and as well as some people is a venturesome. So they always be very enjoyful and spend their all life with enjoyfully, and they are so much aware about this life. So this is the two kinds of the personality also belong in our society. Next is the tough minded and the tender hearted. So in this is the tough minded people always be the aware about his and he also take decisions immediately, and he also he also pain to the others. So he is the tough minded, and another side is the tender hearted. So in this set the tender hearted this person is so much the peaceful to himself, and he always to the give the peace to the others. So he has a good human morality in his ethics. So in this here the two kinds of the personality belongs in our society. Next is the trusting versus suspicious. So in some people also be trusted in the society, and some people also be trusted in the society. So we know these two kinds of the people also belong to the our society, and these two kinds of the personality people also surrounding in our society. Another is the practical by the imaginative. So in this the society we know that those person is so much the practical, and they are so much aware about their society and about to him. So they are so much the practical movement, and there's imagination. Some people also be belong their all life or all day is the imagination. So he always thinks he will do in future, but they are in their imagination. So in this year these two kinds of the this is the two kinds of the personality belongs in our society. Next is the self-assured and the apprehensive. So in this year some persons is so much self-assured about him, and as well as some people is so the apprehensive in the society. Next is the conservation and versus the experimenting. So in this year we know that some people also belong to the conservation, and we know that the some people are the conservation in their mind, and he always maintain their conversations for his the past oriented work or the family background. And another is the experimenting. So in this year an experiment is so much the free minded, and he also be free to the others, and as well as how to the behave to the others he know clearly. Next is the group dependent on the self-sufficient. So in this year some people also depend in their group, and some people also the self-sufficiency. Some people also know about only the groups, and some people also they also be aware about the self. So in this year the two types is the group and the self-sufficient. Next is the uncontrolled by control versus control. Next is the uncontrolled by versus the control. So in this year we know that the some persons always maintain the control, and some people is a lack of the controlity. So in this year some person has capacity some uncontrolledness, in this year the some person has some capacity of control any kinds of the situation, and some persons will know the how to the control the situation. So in this year the two kinds of the personality also belong in the human in our belong in our human beings. And lastly we know about the this is the last PF factor of the this is the last 16 factor of the personality factor. So the last number is the relax and tense. So some in the personality factor we know that the some persons always be tense and some persons always be relaxed in the every day. So some persons always aware to himself and he also aware himself and he also thinking tense, and some people always be relaxed in his mind. So those kinds of the 16 PF we factor we know clearly, as well as we know the four another traits which is given by the cattle. So class, we know those types of the PFs factor in this class. So class, I end this class here, and next day we will know another types of the personality theory. So class, today I end this class here, and next day I will came here with a new topic. So take care, bye.